Matthew Rosenberg and Neil Gogh set their sights on the King of the Vampires as Damien Wayne and the Resistance infiltrate Nightwing's undead legions to try and take down the King once and for all. Matthew Rosenberg supplements his Vampire Apocalypse storyline with one of 3 tie-ins that digs into Damien Wayne's story and his little area of the vampire-infested world. Like the mainline series, this one-shot never quite goes in the direction you're thinking, and it keeps you guessing, especially with Damien's allegiances and what he wants from Nightwing. It also led to an interesting interaction between Dick and Damien, both who are technically the first sons of Bruce Wayne and Batman, and they get to air out their grievances about that with one another, and how it makes them feel. It also led to more Nightwing as the villain, which seldom happens, but when it does is actually very fun and unique, being that he's a character you never expect to be a villain and do evil things and kill people and whatnot. This is the best type of tie-in as well, since it gives these characters of this universe some real nice development that's different from what we've seen before, but it's also not integral to the larger plot, so you can skip over this if you want, but if you want to read it for the character development, you can. Neil Gogh adds a lot of brightness to the book set in a bloody vampire apocalypse, but it fit it so well, as did Neil's action, which is full on fast-paced violence and some really awesome sequences like one-page shots of Damien fighting down 70 flights of stairs, as well as not using usual paneling when constructing fights, usually going panelless so the characters are spread out over the entire page and not locked into little panels. DC vs. Vampires Hunters Issue 1 was a cool diversion from the core storyline of the Vampire Apocalypse universe, exploring Damien and Dick's troubled relationship and building out their rivalry. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. DC vs. Vampires Hunters Issue 1 heads to the fallen Gotham City, where a group of survivors follow an old woman who assures them that she means them no harm, and if she did, they would be dead already. Suddenly, the old lady, revealed to really be Martian Manhunter, tells the people to run as Damien Wayne appears, telling him that all of the vampires are looking for him. Manhunter demands the boy leave, but Damien throws a match into the oil on the ground beneath John's feet, surrounding him in fire as Damien attacks. Later on, Damien presents Black Mask with the bloodied remains of Manhunter's costume, which Roman thinks is impressive, and he's moving up in the world. Damien wants to see the boss, but Black Mask knows that no one sees the king. This makes Damien threaten Roman, wondering if he's going to find out why he's the most feared bounty hunter in the kingdom. Mr. Terrific interrupts them, forcing Damien and Roman to bow to their lord as Michael tells Damien to rise, but Roman is to stay on his knees. He tells Damien that their king considers him a brother, but if he wants to speak with him, he'll have to capture one of the king's enemies alive. Terrific thinks that Damien is a smart kid, understanding why the king likes him, as elsewhere, Manhunter is patched up by Alfred, who assures John that Damien had to make it look real in case anyone was watching their fight. Damien arrives, saying that he was bored as well, hence why he was quite aggressive against Manhunter. Manhunter wants to go another round with Damien to prove who would really win their fight, but Damien waves him off. Alfred tells the boy to apologize to Manhunter, so he does, cracking more fire-related jokes as he assures them that the vampires think that Manhunter is dead now. Manhunter says he didn't want them to think he was dead, he wanted them to think that he was helping humanity. Alfred gives Damien a blood bag, alluding to Manhunter that it's his blood, but under his breath he reveals that it's actually pig's blood. Manhunter thinks that what the heroes are doing by rescuing other heroes and villains who are vampire targets is admirable, but they can't live underground forever, and he refuses to run. Alfred asks if he's got to Dick, but Damien tells him to get to Nightwing, he needs to bring in someone alive. Alfred knows what this means, but doesn't like the plan, as later, Damien arrives back at Wayne Tower with Alfred in a duffel bag, telling Black Mask that he wants to talk with the king. Damien and Alfred are taken to see Dick, who finds it nice to see Alfred again. He knows they warned him that immortality would make him nostalgic, and he's now reminded of the time he, Alfred, and Bruce went to Midway City for Dick's birthday, reminding himself of the dessert they got delivered to their room, trying to remember the name of it, but Alfred doesn't remember any of the trip. Dick reveals that it was just a test, knowing Alfred is really Martian Manhunter. Manhunter and Robin attack, but the vampire Victor Zsasz, Gorilla Grodd, and Wonder Girl arrive to protect their boss. Damien tries to kill Dick, who isn't impressed that he's using knives, knives, but is impressed with the boy's speed, more so now that he is a vampire. Dick kicks him away, asking what his mission was, since if he was killed, someone else would just take his place. But maybe Damien, in his own weird way, was trying to recruit soldiers for Dick's army. But Dick knows they can't use Manhunter in the army, however their best scientific minds are working on turning Martians into vampires. Dick doesn't think that they put much thought into their plan, as Damien cuts open his own leg, pulling out a wooden stake and screwing it to the top of his blade, as Dick continues his villainous monologue about failed assassination attempts, calling Damien smuggling in a stake depressingly human. Damien grabs him, pulling him to the edge of the building, as Dick asks if he is jealous or angry at him for not being able to sit at his side. Damien thinks that he made the mistake when he was human as well, thinking everyone looked up to Dick, but he doesn't and never did, since he always knew he would be better than him. Dick grabs the Robin around the neck, asking if it's not jealousy, then why did he come? Damien hits him, telling Dick it's because he murdered his father. Dick reminds him that Bruce was his father as well, and he killed him because he would have put him down if he had the chance, since Bruce was many things, but he wasn't complicated, and he isn't the person any of them look to for compassion. Dick reveals that the real Alfred and the other heroes have been captured after raiding the hideout Damien and Manhunter led them back to. Damien wants to know how Dick knew this, so Dick reveals that he's been watching Robin for months now, wanting to see how far he would just go to join him. Dick refuses to let the heroes go, since fire was sent to go and cook them all, and now Damien has a choice. He can either continue with his mission and try and kill the king, or he can race down to save his friends. Damien rushes from the room, killing his way through Dick's guards and down 70 flights of stairs before arriving at the bottom, killing the remaining guards along with Black Mask. Damien finds where Alfred is being kept, learning that the other heroes and villains were killed by Fire, who left Alfred for last. Fire blasts Damien, burning him to death, but he throws a stake through her heart, killing her in a bright explosion. Alfred crawls towards the burned Damien, refusing to leave him as he offers up his neck for the boy so he can heal. Damien's bloodlust takes over for just a moment as Alfred tells him enough, getting the boy to stop sucking his blood as Dick arrives, but Alfred is ready for a fight. Dick, however, stops since he's not there for one, offering to make Alfred a vampire. Alfred tells him to go to hell, making Dick apologize about everything that happened, but Alfred refuses to let him speak anymore, especially about Bruce or Tim or Jason. Alfred asks what he wants from them, but Dick is unsure, guessing he wants to make sure Alfred will take care of Damien. Alfred thinks that it's a trick, but Dick tells him it's not, since no matter how long Alfred lives or tries, he will not be a threat to him. So he just wants him to make sure that Robin is okay, since Alfred has something that he and the vampires lack: compassion. Alfred thinks that if he looked deep enough, he might just find that they aren't so different, and while Bruce's blood pumps within Damien's veins, they both were his sons. Dick, however, thinks that Damien is different because when he turned, he had Alfred. Alfred asks if he can walk out now with Damien, and Dick promises he can, saying goodbye to his friend and to his father for the final time.